Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you a hidden enchanting table setup, where if you click on this note block, the walls retract and the bookshelves extend, allowing you to get level 30 enchants. And after you're done enchanting, you can just click this note block again, the bookshelves will retract, and the walls will extend back, moving this room back to what it was before. And while it may look a bit complex from the outside, as long as you break this design down into its components, it's actually not too complex. So now I'll explain the components. Some of you might recognize this first component. This is a 2-high double piston extender, which I've showcased before on my channel on my 4x4 piston door. Now, in that video, I had an unnecessary addition to the design, which was a downwards facing observer here. That's not necessary. You can just use any block. You don't have to use an observer here. But other than that, I've explained this before in my 4x4 piston door video, and this design is pretty simple. This is all there is. Now this is the component that controls the wall. Now this has basically two circuits together. This one fires these two pistons in that sequence, as you see. This one fires first, and then this one fires second. And then this one on the right fires this double piston extender. And the reason we need these two circuits is because the sequence for the inputs when you're extending and retracting is different. So this is the phase when it's retracted, when the wall is retracted. In order to extend the wall, all you need to do is trigger this left one twice, and that's the wall extended. Now in order to retract it, the sequence is different. First you want to activate this once, and then now that there's a 2-block gap, you want to fire this double piston extender to pull it back down, and that is this wall retracted. Now you may have noticed that all the circuitry for the wall component is underneath, while the circuitry for the double piston extender is more towards the top of it. And this allows the components to be stacked next to each other while functioning independently. What I mean by that? Well, if I fire this, it doesn't do anything to double piston extender that pushes out the bookshelf. So I can activate the wall retraction sequence without the bookshelves firing at all. So as you see, that's the first step to wall retraction. The second step is to activate this right double piston extender. And then now that the wall is out of the way, you can simply activate this double piston extender to push out the bookshelves. And you can use a similar method for retraction as well. So we can retract this bookshelf by simply activating that double piston extender again. And now, in order to extend this wall back up, simply activate this twice. And that is basically how this whole hidden enchanting table setup works. It's simply two components which function independently of each other. All you need to do is to time the inputs correctly. Now all that's left is just the input. The input basically controls two circuits, and these two circuits have the sequences for either the extension or the retraction. We need two circuits since the sequences for both the extension and the retraction are different. And we can use this note block to power two different circuits. We can swap between two different circuits by using an observer feeding into this piston, which extends an observer, meaning that you can get two separate outputs and swap between them on each activation of the note block. And you can see this right here. This note block is the input. This observer detects it, powers this piston, which pushes this observer, meaning that you can choose between two separate outputs. And each of these outputs activate the sequence for either the extension or the retraction. So that's basically all there is to this hidden enchanting table setup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.